The taxi rolled slowly to a stop at the end of the block, then inched forward another 20 feet or so until the road ran out entirely. The street went from blacktop to dirt to weeds to drop-off in less than 30 feet. At the bottom of the drop-off was the river 300 feet down. The driver scrunched his face up, put his vehicle in reverse, and sputtered back to the intersection. He looked at the street sign, then he pulled his logbook out and double-checked the address. "This is car 25. Go ahead, 25, came the reply. "You give me the address again." 207 North Cannon. 207 North Cannon, you're sure? "That's the address, yes." He cursed quietly to himself for a minute, and put the receiver to his mouth and keyed it up. "The address is in the river." Long pause. "Well, you can't blame me for that crap," the dispatcher said. He could hear someone laughing in the background when the dispatcher spoke. This was the 7th fake run in 4 hours for the driver. He was making about 90 cents an hour for his work. "Okay, rookie, keep your chin up. I got a good one for you. Head out to Smacker's Grocery in the valley." He shook his head wearily. I know," said the dispatcher. "It's a half-hour drive for a 4-block run. But I've got a good time call waiting in that area when you finish the first one." The driver turned his car around. "I'm on my way," he said without emotion. Both runs would turn out to be no-shows. Knowledge by osmosis. It was what the drivers called the dead zone, the 3-hour or so limbo after the bar rush ended. The driver was standing outside of a nearly empty restaurant with 5 other drivers, which constituted the entire night crew on that cold, starry night, plus 2 drivers from a rival company. The subject was running up the meter. The consensus was that the slower you drove the taxi, the longer it took to get where you were going, and thus the higher the meter went. This seemed like a dubious claim, but he held his tongue. "I never run the meter up that way," said one driver with over 10 years of experience. "It only pushes a meter up a couple bucks, and then you lose your tip," said another driver with 5 years experience. "Customers catch you driving slow immediately. The hassle isn't worth the extra money," said one of the drivers from the rival company. The driver remained silent. He'd been driving less than a month, and he was still a rookie. After the little gathering broke, he went immediately to a nice mile stretch of straight road. He started driving slow and marked a starting point. At that point, he started the meter, zeroed out the odometer, and drove precisely 1 mile at under 5 miles an hour. Then he circled around and he did it again. Except the second time he drove 40 miles an hour the whole way. The meter was the same for both runs. Exactly, precisely, down to the penny. Exactly the same. The speed of the vehicle made absolutely no difference on the progression of the meter. It went by the rotation of the tires on the pavement. The next night there was another little gathering. He told them about his experiment and the fact that driving slow had no bearing whatsoever on what the meter was going to read. Not only was it an easily repeatable experiment, but it was also a good way for a driver to verify the accuracy of the meter in relation to the odometer. A driver could slow down and miss a green light. That would run the meter up. Driving slow could even lower the number of runs a driver could get in a shift and diminish monetary intake. The other drivers all stood with looks of dumbfounded suspicion. Could a mere rookie throw one of their most cherished, time-honored taxi driving beliefs into disrepute with such casual certainty? He heard nothing about it for about 2 weeks. Then he heard it come up between two other drivers. "Well, of course the speed of the vehicle has nothing to do with the meter," said one driver to the other. "Oh, obviously," stated the second driver with a matter-of-fact tone. "It all runs on the rotation of the tires on the pavement. Speed has nothing to do with it." There was no mention of the rookie who had taken the time to enlighten them. It was a type of learning by osmosis. One week they had it all wrong. The next week they had it right, as if they had never had it wrong in the first place. I swear to God I'm not going to kill you. The taxi took a right turn off the old busy highway and onto the paved unmarked road. "Just follow this road about 2 miles and take the right when you get to the fork," said the customer. The driver took a long, hard look at the man seated next to him. Sandy-colored hair, pale complexion, average weight and height, about 35 years old. He talked about his welding job in the city and how he lost his driver's license due to repeated drunken driving offenses. He made approving noises of agreement as the man progressed through his story of vehicular woe. After a ride at the fork, they proceeded on a narrow dirt road. A large cloud of dust rose up behind the taxi as it labored forward. They started to climb a small mountain. Evergreens lined the road like silent witnesses to the heinous crime that lay ahead. They were all alone in the forest. He shook the bad thoughts out of his head. "There will be another fork in about a mile," the man said. "Follow it to the left." The climb continued. "Don't worry, we're getting closer," he said with a smile. "I know that we're going a long ways into nowhere, but there really is a house up ahead." He fidgeted with the buttons on his shirt. "I swear to God I'm not going to kill you," he said nervously. "Great," thought the driver. "Uncle Bob is going to kill me." Finally they arrived, and the man, who appeared normal in every way, paid the driver and got out of the taxi. Driving back down the dusty road, he remembered that left turns going in become right turns going out, and made it back safely to the city.